us doing something in October, I'm fired up about
So
that.
you booked it. You wanted it to happen. You booked it. You didn't even give us a freaking heads up. No, I'm just kidding.
That's true.
I gotta
Hey there, hi there, ho there, and welcome to another episode of the Better Merch, Better Marketing podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kirby Hasseman. Joining me is the branding bestie, Jade Kreider. Jade, how are you?
good, busy, tired, ready for a drink, but good.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm doing well. I think that all of those things apply to me as well. I
Mhm.
think we said this last week, actually. We're hopping. Lots of kind of balls in the air, plates are spinning,
Mhm.
whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And it's good. We're actually recording this much later than we normally do
Mhm.
during the week. So as you listen to this on Friday morning, it'll be hot off the press, quite literally, because we've been running. I couldn't do it yesterday, so it's after hours on Thursday as we record this. So we are busy, and that is good. So things are going really well here. And if you're new around here, Better Merch, Better Marketing is the official podcast of Hasseman Marketing. You can learn more about Hasseman Marketing at hassemanmarketing.com. Our goal is to help you elevate your merch and elevate your marketing. And we have tools and all kinds of things at our website to help you do that. So, Jade, in the spirit of, hey, we're coming in hot, Dukes of Hazzard style, across the desk, both of us, literally.
Literally.
We were discussing topics on the way over Marco Polo of what we're going to talk today. So I don't know what we are going to talk about. You're going to lead the way. Ready, go.
Okay, so we're starting strong. We were talking about it. We've been very busy. It's been a little bit crazy. Part of the reason we've been busy is because a couple last minute rush orders have come in, which is great and exciting. And so we'll kind of talk a little bit about that, but also just kind of what we're doing to invest in ourselves right now. And I think it's kind of a double whammy because in order to grow, then the company starts getting busier. So we're doing stuff to invest in ourselves, and then things have gotten busier. So it's kind of a 2-in-1. So kind of start with what we've done to invest ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's been a focus for both you and I this year. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So for me, some of the training that I've been doing this year has been a little bit more outside of the industry. So I actually went, for those who are familiar with Alex Hermosi, he owns acquisition.com. Ironically, just did a giant book launch this weekend and I got it. But I actually invested and went to his on-site training in Las Vegas earlier this year. And that was an investment, I guess, as for lack of a better term. But to try and grow and learn. Coming out of that, I actually left that and said, you know what, I want to level up my skills within the industry. And so actually Danny Rosen was kind enough in our industry to do some mentoring calls with me. And so that was something I've been doing, and he's been gracious enough to do that. And then recently I signed up for Dan Martell's elite coaching program. And that's been interesting too. I signed up for 2 months of that and kind of dove into that. And that was another paid thing. So those are kind of 3 things I've done so far this year. And they've been good. I actually am thinking about trying to do a piece of content about some of the things I learned from the Dan Martell piece, because if you're going to do those things, and I want you to go, Jade, but I don't want it to be like educational porn. Like the idea that it's like we need to actually make changes. If we're going to engage in this, I need to actually change my behavior.
Right.
So that's kind of my big thing on that.
Right.
So
Like if
how
you're
about
going to
you?
do it, commit to the bit kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a couple different things. So I got my CIS certification with PPAI, which is in our industry. So it's a certified advertising specialist certification. So it's a bunch of different online courses that I completed. And then currently I'm in the middle.
Which is a big deal, by the way. Big deal. So congratulations on that.
Took me way longer than it should have. But shout out to PPAI for updating their new system, and it made it really fun, way more enjoyable, and it was great. So really liked that. Frankly, I would do it again just to some of the courses that they had were really actually very informational and really helpful. So I liked that.
Mhm.
But then currently I'm in a training called FSM, and that is by somebody in the industry who is in a supplier role right now. And it's JQ is her name. She is amazing. And it's a 6-week program. So we meet once a week. And she is challenging me to go all the way outside of my comfort zone to help me grow. And it's funny because we talk about, like, sometimes you see these results right away. Sometimes you don't. We're seeing these ones right away. I followed up with some people because of Jenna. Like, I was like, okay, yep, you said it, JQ. Like, I hear you. Let me go do it. And I did it and got like 3 orders right away. And they were like, hey, we actually need these pretty quickly. Can we get these going? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Absolutely. I'm on it. Let me get going. But so it's funny because, the investment showed almost an immediate, which doesn't always happen. But I feel like it showed immediate growth on my end. And so it's been really fun.
Yeah. And what's interesting, I think that I'm kind of trying to get on the path of people who are further ahead of me in the journey, as are you, right? But I do find that, when you sign up for things like this, you need to be prepared to hear things that you already know. Like, I love the statement that most people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught, right? Because the fact is, as a sales professional, that you need to reach out, but having someone say it in a different way, hold
Right.
your feet to the fire, and just be like, no, really, now.
Like right now, do it right now. It's funny because she talks all the time, and I think it's something that was like, it clicked clearly in my brain of like, every time you're talking to that client, like if you are somebody in sales, every time you're talking to me as a salesperson, you should be asking me what you can do to help me. So like, I'm
Right.
going to clients just like, hey, how'd everything turn out on the last order? Okay, cool. What can we do next? What's next?
Yeah.
What's going on? What else can I help with? We're not doing this. How else can I help? And it's funny. It's just that simple shift of just asking a question at the end of a sentence that is completely like, people are saying yes. And I'm not doing anything. I'm not pushing anything. It's just simply doing something that I already know. And so it's been a really cool transition. And ironically, all of this leads us perfectly into the next topic. So anything else on this one?
Yeah, no, I think if I were to give any kind of lesson for anybody listening to the podcast, it's just now's the perfect time to invest in yourself and in your business is now, right? Like that's the time to level up. And generally speaking, at the end of the day, you are the product that you're investing in, right? Because if you're a better version of you, you'll be able to deliver more for your clients. So I appreciate your willingness to do it.
Oh, thanks. Well, it's funny too, though, because we were saying that like we're super swamped right now. And I do think that that is a direct result of the fact of the work that we've put in the last 3 months. That's not just randomly out of the blue. It's not because I followed up on 2 orders. It's because so much has been building. We've been working on simple signs. We've been working on Hasseman marketing. We've been doing the cold calls and things like that. And so it's making a dent that's coming out now. Now, of course, it's also August. So there's that. But it's been a cool thing to see it kind of come back.
Yeah, I always say it's farming, not hunting, right? So we've been planting seeds. So yeah, cool.
So it works out. So the next topic is going to be kind of about a slow season. We were talking about the fact that a lot of people right now, especially in July, a lot of people had some really slow seasons. A lot of industries are down right now. And if you're feeling it, it's not just you, because there's a lot of people that we're talking to that are hearing that right now. And so kind of some tips and things that we've done to prevent us from being in that slow season, because we are it's been fun. Like, I feel like we're in a fun spot right now. So it's things that we've done.
Yeah. And again, certainly not all industries are down, but every once in a while you'll come across somebody and you do hear it. And it was, I think what kind of spurred this topic, I think I messaged you about this, is that I've had a couple conversations recently with people in different industries. And the one that came up today was, he's like, we had a slow July. And then this is a person who's on a mastermind group with me. And he's like, it's funny. It was a great wake up call for me. And so he said, I just got back to basics. And it's funny because we're always looking for that easy button. We're looking for the next strategy. We're looking, but at the end of the day, we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. Dude, reach out to clients and prospects, make sales calls, set up meetings, present your solution to their problem. Like, these are things that you did when you first started and you were hungry. Sometimes when things are uncertain or when they're challenging, doing those basic things, posting to social media, getting in front of your clients and saying thank you. Like the things that we know got us here are sometimes getting back to basics. That's what you need to do.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and we just get away from it, right? Because we
Yeah.
get busy in the whirlwind. And
Uh-huh.
so like getting back to the, okay, how did as I grew the business, what got me there? Reverting back to that, if that makes sense.
Well, that and kind of circling back to the first thing of like, I feel like it was a good time. Ironically, I don't feel like I slowed down because of the move and everything. However, typically July is also our slow season. And so it's funny because doing this program with JQ, I feel like a lot of the things, she's got a whole sales method that I think is a large part of it, don't get me wrong. But a lot of the things she's saying, I'm like, I already knew that.
Yeah,
But it's like
sure.
I forgot. Like,
Yeah.
duh. Like, yes. Now, she also says it in a way that really clicks with my brain. So that's a large part of it. She's clearly good at this. But it's having that extra just like oomph of it. So investing in yourself to do that extra little thing to just get you motivated again after that summer hump right now is a really, really good time for that, I feel like, because it is driving me up again.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes in the world, you've heard me say it a million times, is the greatest distance in the world is the distance between I know and I do. Like
Mm-hmm.
most of us know what we should do in whatever the goal is we're chasing.
Mm-hmm.
We know what to do. We're just not
Right.
consistently doing it, right? And having somebody like JQ who is such a good motivator too, like
So
she
good
knows
at
the
it.
material, but she also calls you on your bullshit, right? Like she,
Yeah, it's so
right? Like
good.
yeah,
I
and you
can't rave
need that.
about her enough, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's important. So yeah, I'd say, investing in sort of your business and yourself, and then those are the kind of things that then help remind you to do the things that will help you during those uncertain times.
It all kind of wraps up.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
A little
cool.
bit of a lighter
Quick
topic, a
ones.
little bit more fun. Yeah, I kind of like it, especially since it's after hours. Quick ones are good. So our next one is just going to be kind of what we're looking forward to in fall. I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a lot of fun stuff coming up. So I thought we could chat about it for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. As I look back at July, one of the things that I think I told you is I got a C plus because I wasn't intentional.
Right.
If you didn't hear the recap about I took July out of the office,
Mm-hmm.
and for the first couple of weeks it was really good, it was really productive, it was really fun, and the last 2 weeks I just wasn't intentional. I didn't plan it out, and I find that I need to be intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so as I looked at fall, um, I've had it on my list to be intentional. And so, one of the things I'm really looking forward to is really like I have wanted to do some sort of vacation with our whole family, with your sister, her husband, the kids, and then you and John. And so, us doing something in October, I'm fired up about
So
that.
you booked it. You wanted it to happen. You booked it. You didn't even give us a freaking heads up. No, I'm just kidding.
That's true.
I got a little bit of a heads up, not a lot of a heads up.
I, I so I asked everybody, what do you think of this concept? What do you think of sort of this location?
Nobody gave him
And
an answer. None of us gave
and
him an answer.
well, you were like, yeah, sounds good. And so then here's the dates.
It's
It's when
booked.
we're
And we were
done.
all like, oh, all right, let's do this thing. All right.
Yeah, it's happening. So
I like it. I have a lot coming up.
yeah.
I am coming to Ohio. Obviously, we're going to talk about it again, but our show is coming up every year for our customer show. I come back for about 2 or 3 weeks, depending on what the bandwidth is like. This year, I'm coming back for about 2 weeks before the show, and then we have the show, and then I go to Denver for a wedding that I'm really excited about, and then I come back, and then we go on our family vacation, and then I come back to Georgia, and then I have friends coming to visit. So I truthfully have a lot going on. I'm excited about every single bit of it because it's all it's all fun stuff that we've been working on and we've been talking about, and it's all finally kind of coming to head. And so I'm really excited to. I'm hoping I do a good job of relaxing and enjoying the moment. I don't know.
I'm intrigued. I think because obviously you're in a new area
Mhm.
in Georgia, and as we've talked about, I came down and visited you down there, and I enjoyed the area. Like I thought it
Mhm.
was cool, but it was hot. Like
Yeah,
we came by the middle of July,
yeah,
and so it was very warm.
yeah.
Um,
Still is.
and I actually like the heat, and so I was
Uh-huh.
kind of good. But I'm super curious to see what fall looks like in
Yeah,
Georgia because I have a feeling it's going to be delightful.
yeah.
You know
I'm
what I mean?
excited. Yeah, the October trip I think will. I hope will be fairly enjoyable.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying it'll be like 75 to 80, which in my brain, perfect. Not too
Yeah.
hot, but enjoyable. Might need a sweater at dinner, but that's great. Like, I feel like that's like the perfect weather. So I'm actually really excited for that.
Yeah, I'm a football fan, and I think of, the
Oh,
the traditional the traditional football weather when it gets colder, but
uh-huh.
I don't like cold weather.
We're not
So
gonna have that.
like, yeah, I would
You
actually
come in,
love,
yeah, I was gonna say you come in December, you might get that.
yeah, I would love to go to tailgates when it was like warm and all that stuff. So I think that's
Fair.
going to be cool. So
That's
yeah, I think that, for me, I needed to learn the lesson of intentionality when I came out of July. And
mhm.
so I'm trying to do a little bit better job. Yes, yours is a little bit more hectic, but
It's a good
the
heads up
chat,
though.
yeah, the challenge that I think your mother and I have right now is that we've said that we either, like, I do a lot more of the working out than I had done, so
Hmm.
I'm either working out or I'm working, and that's it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
so
need
I
to make
do
a
need
slow down.
I need to intentionally plan fun into my day, or I don't do it.
Yeah.
Um, and so I'm looking forward to some of that.
It's funny though, because I think that everybody has that a little bit. Like if I wait until the day of, we were talking about it earlier, I won't make plans because the day of, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to. And then we actually do them and I have so much fun. Like it sounds dumb, but like going to dinner, like I just invited somebody over to our house. I haven't even told my husband yet. And I'm forcing it and I'm putting it on the calendar because I know if not, like I won't see her for 2 months. And so it's funny how just like forcing yourself and putting that on the calendar and then committing to it, I don't know. I feel like we all have to do that sometimes.
Yeah, and I agree, and I do that with business as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I did this with you when you were officially my assistant, but I did it with other assistants where I would say, I think I did it with you too, where I'd say, hey, let's call these clients and get meetings with them, and then you'd say, well, what are you going to talk about? I don't know yet.
We'll figure it out when we get
Yeah,
there.
but I need to get it on the calendar, because if I don't get it on the calendar, it'll take more time and push it down. It's like,
When stuff gets busy, it's hard. It gets crazy.
yeah,
So, all right.
yeah,
Next up, we're going to be talking product of the week. I'm
all right.
excited about this one. One of the other things I've been investing in is I've also joined a program called Promo Soapbox, which means that I'm meeting with 4 suppliers once a month. And we get like a quick little brainstorming session. So this is one of the products that I actually saw in Promo Soapbox. So I'm excited to share this one because I think it's a fairly useful one. So this is a sticky note little container is what it is. But what I think is really cool about this one is that these are actually transparent sticky notes. So if you're not watching, this is less useful. But so like they can do this in clear, blue, and pink, the actual sticky note itself. So if you have a document where there's not any room to like write on the side of it, you can put this over top of it. You can still read the words through it, which is nice.
Hmm.
Um, but then also on these tabs that you can do, you can switch these out for arrows. So think, a bank
Hmm.
or anything like that. These can be arrows, and then you can have that transparent paper. And so you can leave notes without covering up the words on the document. So, and then this is a full imprint on the front. So I think this is kind of a cool one. 250 piece minimum, less than $7. These are just a nice thing that I feel like are a solid, like she showed this and I've seen the transparent sticky notes, but until you see that you can truly just see straight through that thing, like they're really nice. And so they're a popular product that they haven't had in the industry because you can't typically imprint a transparent sticky note, but instead this is a brand new one, so they can imprint the casing.
Yeah, and I think that whenever you can tie your brand to something that is incredibly functional,
Mm-hmm.
those end up being some of the best
Right.
branded merch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
that's
the fact
really
that you can
interesting.
decide whether it's just a regular tab or there's ones with arrows, or I think there's one other option that's just a solid color. And you can pick the color of the post-it note. So, we might do blue for us kind of thing. I think it's just something different.
Yeah, I really like that. That's a good one. Okay, cool. Well, hey, that is your product of the week, and so that's something different. One of the things that I really love is that we do feature different things from kind of
Mm-hmm.
all over the place. We've been, if
Off the board.
you get a chance, check out the shop, because I
Mm-hmm.
do leave some of the products up
For a
as we roll over, so it's worth checking out. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, okay. Well, we each week do a quick shout out for somebody, some organization, some person, some event doing good in the area, in the region, in the state. Really excited to talk about this one this week. It's from our pals at Coshocton Regional Medical Center. They are kind of the OG of hospitals in Coshocton County.
Mhm.
And just like a lot of organizations in our community do a lot of good work, but this is a big project that they've been doing for the last, I want to say 3 or 4 years.
Mhm.
It's their backpack project.
Mm.
And we live in an area where there is an economically depressed population,
Mhm.
a lot of free lunches, a lot of in our city.
Mhm.
Well, they've taken it upon themselves to donate a backpack to every kid, and I think it's up through sixth grade, um, in the county. It's like 3,000 backpacks that they give for free to students in our community. It is a huge investment.
Mhm.
Um, it's also it's one of those things where I think that those of us who grew up blessed, and I certainly was one of those, we didn't have to. I mean, I didn't have like all the designer stuff, but I never had to worry that I had my school supplies,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And so if you grow up in a household where you don't have those things, it just sets you off at a huge disadvantage right from the beginning.
Right. Day
And,
one.
and it bridges some of that gap. And so I kudos to CRMC for doing this. I think it's one of those really impactful projects that we, it's not our project, it's
Mhm.
them. And man, kudos to them. I just think
Well,
it's cool.
I think it's cool that they do it for all the students too, because like even I think Quincy carried one of the backpacks last year, and I think that's important because Quincy, like, we can get Quincy a really cool backpack. He really liked that backpack, but it also shows that like it's not just the kids that can't get it that are carrying
Right.
that backpack, so they don't stand out. Everybody gets it. Everybody blends in. It's not like you look any different for carrying the backpack that the hospital gave or anything like that. And they're cute backpacks. They always do a good job of like picking out some nice stuff. And after doing the clothing drive and seeing how much of a need for it there was in the county, it is a cool thing as somebody who's done some little stuff like that to see that no kids in particular, no young little babies have to
Mm.
ask for a pencil at school. They're handed a
Yeah.
pack on day one. I think it's just a
Yeah.
really cool thing they do.
Yep, that's a good one. So kudos to you, Coshocton Regional Medical Center. Really appreciate your impact in the community. So thank you for that. Okay, well, that's going to wrap up another episode of the Better Merch, Better Marketing podcast. It's a little bit of a shorter episode. Hope you understand. But if you want to learn more about what we do and you want to elevate your merch or elevate your marketing, go over to hassemanmarketing.com. You can get the target marketing framework and the playbook that we do around target. And we actually, by the way, coming soon, we'll have my new book. Target for Talent. I'm very excited about that project. We'll have to talk a little bit more about it. But if you liked the first book, which was a parable written about Michael Mark, who was about to lose his business, and he was introduced to the Target Marketing Framework, which is an acronym. Well, this is set 7 years later, and so now Michael becomes the mentor, introducing the Target framework around hiring and building culture and all that sort of thing. So really excited about it. It's called Target for Talent, and it's coming out in September. So all right, gang. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate you listening, and we will see you next time.
See you. Bye.